This episode on Beyond Dafeet, we're talking about running socks and why you should use them. So why running socks? What's different about these compared to your 3 for $5 Bond socks or your just cheapies from Aldi or Kmart or wherever? If you're consistently complaining about blisters, hot spots on the feet, change up your socks. It's not the shoe's fault if someone's fitted it right to your foot or you've had it in the past and the new one's not doing work. Try out some different socks. So cotton's probably one of the worst things you can put on your feet when you're running. It's great at absorbing moisture, but it's very useless at drying out. So especially in your humid climates, your cotton's just going to retain that moisture, especially if you're doing any of the high mileage stuff on your feet for a long time. You basically got a towel at the end of your run or midway through the run, just abrasing against your foot, skin. It's wet, your feet's trying to breathe, and it's only getting wetter as time goes on. So you just get that consistent abrasion of a wet towel against a wet skin, and that's how blisters occur, especially when you've got hot feet. So something like your Softsole running select, you get 3 in a pack for $35. So you use 70% nylon and 25% polyester. Then you got spandex just around your heel and midfoot, just to keep it in place. You do have that little blister cap as well, just so it's not slipping around in the shoe itself. These are just going to dry out a lot quicker than your cotton. So polyester and nylon, they absorb it quite well, but they just have a lot quicker dry out rate. Moving on to your Cadence by Lightfeet. So Lightfeet's an Aussie owner made brand. They're probably one of the better ones when it comes to a sock manufacturer. So these are quite similar to what we just had in the Softsole running select. They've just got a few added features. So one of them being ecstatic, so it's an antibacterial and a temperature control feature. So especially when your socks go on about 600, 800 Ks, you just don't want to keep picking it up even though you washed it and it's just still stinking like it's been run in. So the ecstatic just helps manage that, just easier to clean. These do have quite a bit more of an arch band around them, so it's a bit more secure on that foot, not consistently slipping and making any abrasion. It's around that arch as well as around that heel, and you do have that blister cap there as well, just to sit over the back of the shoe nicely. Slightly bit more cushion in the heel area. These are anatomical fit, so you do have a left and right sock. You do have left and right feet, so once you buy a decent pair of socks, they do fit that bit better, especially on they just round off over your little toes. Moving on to the father of the Cadence. So these do have a fibre in them called Coolmax. So the grey parts of the socks is the Coolmax. So what Coolmax is, it's a temperature controller as well as a bit more cushioning and helps out a lot with blister resistance. So Coolmax, just the fibres in the inside of the sock, drain the moisture from your foot, put it on the outside of the sock, and just the natural breathability of the shoe helps dry that out. But yeah, it just gets any of the moisture from your foot on the outside of the sock quite quickly, and it helps saving blister prevention. They do have that lycra band, not as compressed as the Cadence, so they do sit nicely as well, but just not that added compression as the Cadence. And they do have a bit more of a band around the ankle, but they don't have that blister cap. So a lot more cushioned when it comes to the sock. So if you do have that kind of a race day shoe, but you're just lacking that bit of cushioning, something like these are great just to get that added cushioning as well. So moving on to the Injinji. So this is a lot of popularity in that ultra running. A lot of trail runners love these socks. Just basically, it's a glove for your socks. So if you are experiencing that blisters in between your toes and just that constant friction, especially if you got those kind of overlapping toes, these do work out a treat. So I've actually only recently got these in the last 3 months, and these have basically been in my sock rotation as well as in the next pair I'm going to show you. So these do feel weird once you first get your Injinjis. You actually know you got toes when you're running, and it's a strange feeling. But yeah, you've got all your similar stuff to your Evolution as far as features go on the socks. So you got your Coolmax, your nylon, as well as your polyester. Injinji are probably one of the only brands that do women's specific sock. So yes, men and women have different feet. Your ladies are generally have that slightly shorter toe, so they have just cut back the length of the toe, and it just fits the women's feet a bit better. They do have all these toes are that seamless toe, so there's no stitching on the actual toe itself, so which helps with blister prevention. And similar to your Lightfeet, they do use basically 35% Cool Max, then 65% nylon and a bit of lycra to get chucked in there as well. So these are your No Show range, so they're similar to the Cadence. Just have that blister cap as well, and obviously since they are a toe sock, they are anatomical, so you do have a left and a right fit. So moving on now to my favourite sock that I've had in probably the last 5 years of running. So I did used to love the Lightfeet Evolution, great sock. They just kept getting those small blisters on the toes, nothing to write home about, but these bad boys by Feetures, then you got your Elite light cushion. So you do use your double skin socks, so they just fit the feet nicely. Anatopical fit again. They do use a fibre called iWick, that just helps with blister prevention and temperature control. They do have that nice arch band on the inside, hugging around your arch, so if you've got that low arch, medium arch, they just mould to your feet. Similar to your diabetic socks, they're not too harsh on the elasticity, not as much as some compression socks, but got a bit of room to move there. Can't say I've ever had a blister in these socks with, I've probably ran about, I'd say 600 Ks on them now, and they just work. Nice and lightweight, but have enough cushioning, and can't say any bad things about these. When it comes to price points for socks, any good sock you're looking at, singularly, for a pair, you're looking about that $25 upwards when you come to Oz. Any US market, you're probably looking at probably $15 upwards. Why running socks? They just make running that bit easier, especially when it comes to recovery. If you've had a long run and you've got a lot more training to do and you've got a longer run the next day or within the next few days, you want your feet to recover as well as your muscles. So if you've got blisters after a long humid run and you're running in cotton socks and you're wondering why I'm getting blisters, don't blame the shoes. It comes down to the socks majority of the time. So something with that seamless toe box, which most of these shoes or most of these socks do, that takes out a lot of the irritation, as well as what's in them. So most of these are using that nylon polyester. Some of them have their own features when it comes to temperature control and moisture management. Most of them using that Cool Max, which, as I said in the Evolution, absorbs the moisture from the foot, puts it on the outside of the sock, then just the breathability of the shoe will dry that out for you.
And we're rolling.
So, point of the story is go buy yourself some running socks. If you go into your specialty run store wherever you live, most of the places should have some try-on pairs of their popular socks. So ask for try them on, buy them. Don't just go to Kmart or Target or wherever the cheap budget store is, your 3-packs for a couple dollars. Go and buy these, they'll last you a long time. You won't have any of those toes coming out at the end of the socks, and you'll enjoy your runs. Your feet will recover quicker, and they'll just make running a lot more enjoyable. Anyways, that's from us from Beyond Defeat in this episode. If you've gained any knowledge, hit that like. If you want to keep up with what we're doing, hit the subscribe, and Josh will be back soon with a video. See ya. What colour did I use? Did I use black? Black.
In the video you talked about black.
We're using a fucking black one then.
You can insert that.